Hey, day 4. Let's just first begin by going over sine law and cosine law, which we touched upon last day. And today we're going to be putting it all together, vectors and relatives of motion, to look at some of the harder questions you'll come across in vector kinematics. After today, we'll start looking at projectile motion. So here is our first one. Given a triangle, sides ABC and lengths and angles ABC, then what is the sine law and cosine law? So let's start by just drawing a triangle. So here is a triangle. And try making it so it does not have a right angle on it. So we have, if we call this A, B, and C, and I call this A, B, and C. So we have the length opposite its angle, the length opposite its angle, the length opposite its angle. So capitals for the angles, lowercase for the lengths. Again, you can really use whatever symbols you want. So sine law is given as sine of an angle divided by its corresponding length is equal to the sine of one of the other angles divided by its corresponding length, and then finally we have sine C over C as well. And because of this ratios, you can very easily just flip them upside down. You can write down A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. Usually doesn't matter which one you use. I just go with, if my unknown is at an angle, I automatically use this one, the top one. If my unknown is a length, I automatically use the bottom one. So don't have to deal with solving for a variable in the denominator. For cosine law, we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. Again, this is the same as if I wrote down a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. As long as this angle is the angle corresponding to the length on the other side. One thing to note is, like, when you look at this, this actually looks like Pythagoras. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Then you have this minus 2ab. But guess what happens when the angle is 90 degrees? Cos 90 is just 0, so it goes away. Okay, so when you have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c, and if right here, if cos 90 is just equal to 0. So if that happens, we just get c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared.